Okay, welcome back. This is the next part of the lesson, which is definition of needs. This is taken from the textbook. So from textbook, and you can look at it from the pages indicated. Alright? Identify design opportunities. Okay, sometimes we design things because we foresee a demand. Alright? Sometimes the product can be a success or failure depending on the user demands and the innovation behind the product and the state of the market. Alright? You look at this bus stop, you realize that, hey, what do they need? Signposting, list of services, times of arrival and departure, the shelter perhaps because Singapore is very hot weather. Alright, seating arrangement. Okay, so you think about it, what are the needs at that particular situation? We can make use of PIEs, the PIEs approach, which means physical needs, intellectual needs, emotional needs, and social needs. Now, we need not always have PIEs because sometimes PIEs, the PIE approach may not exactly fit the problem that you want. Okay, so you must think about it. Okay, we're going to make use of mood boards and image boards. Mood board and image board, sometimes we get confused what is exactly each. But whatever the case is, I would say the image board is about the user, right? What the user needs. It can be an image board of all the products that you have. Right? A mood board is a larger thing. Mood board actually suggests a theme. Right? You're going to sort of brainstorm what is the theme. Geometrical shapes, for example, hospitality, entertainment. Right? You need to use a mood board to sort of have a visual mind map of what these things are. That's the point of mood board. Image board, on the other hand, is more specific. You want to look at all the games, the board games that you have, and therefore you have a smattering of few games, and then you sort of break them up and you study out what are the needs there. A mood board, on the other hand, is more generic, more general. It's sort of like give you the mood. Okay, so that's the difference between a mood board and an image board. To me, both is just a visual unpacking, deconstruction of the theme or the thing that you want to do. Okay, brainstorm, excellent mind mapping tool, effective tool for us to research and study things quite quickly. Alright? You can do it alone, you can do it in a group, you can do it online, okay, whichever. But brainstorm, think of wild, crazy ideas. There's no wrong things in a brainstorming session. Okay, just go for it. Alright? Mind map, construct your thoughts on paper, show the links between them, highlight certain things, highlight the main branches if you want to, the key ideas. Alright, so there are a few ways you can do that. A few examples of teams, unpacking ideas. Alright. After that, what is more important is when you actually sit down and think about the design brief. Alright, the design brief is a single statement, always starts with to design and make something. For who, for what purpose. Design brief is a clear statement of the design task and its requirements. Clear, one sentence. Alright? What are design considerations and constraints? Okay, here shows a list of them. There's another one here. Alright? You can have a look at them and understand that these considerations, after you considered them, will be used for your design specification later. Not all of them, but some of them will be. Alright? Things like function, the appearance, the ergonomics, durability, the maintenance issue. Okay? These are key things. Alright, you want, for example, a clock to tell time. You want a bottle opener to open bottles. Okay? And you need them to do certain functions. You cannot say, no, it's just for purely aesthetics. Okay, so you've got to think about them. General constraints, things like time, cost, size, weight, materials, safety issues. These are key and these can be very specific. Don't tell me it is as big as something. You must give me a size, a comparison, a weight. As light as possible is not good enough. The product to be portable. Portability means what? You got to unpack those issues. Do it in your design considerations and then later on move on and list them up as design specifications. Alright, I have down here this thing called a plug split. Okay, so it's very detailed, one of the most detailed design considerations that you have. Okay, the story goes is that imagine you're a circus juggler, you try to juggle all the plates using the sticks. Alright? Imagine you have to juggle all 20, 30 of them at the same time. Some will have to be, some is more important than the other. So you've got to consider and understand which is most important and take those as the design brief and the design specs. Okay? Right, after you have done that, explore all the design brief, considerations, constraints using a mind map, you summarize them, and then you can do a product research. Basically, a product research is look at compatible products on the market, study out what are the issues there, alright? From them, you can actually list out if this product A has certain specification, detailed design specifications, and use these product specifications as your own design specs. You compare them A, B, C, D, and then you can sort of list them out and summarize them, and perhaps use some of these as your own design specifications. Right? A design specification is a more detailed listing of the requirements, setting out exactly what the product must do and the limits within which it should be designed. So you think about that, right? And normally design specs, once crafted out properly, they are very useful for you to determine your design progress, because at the end of the day, your evaluation is using these specs to compare against them. These are some examples of design specifications. Alright, this example is making use of this is an example of making use of the specifications of the different toys, and as well as the measurement of the height, the width and the depth. And using this, you can actually sort of average out and sort of use them as an information guide to what your own product should be. More examples. Alright, this is a sort of what I call an image board of what all the product research of the existing products are. You need to have the picture, you need to have a little sort of unpacking of annotations to describe what this picture is all about. And sort of at the end of the day, there has to be a summary point of what all this information you get, what you're going to do, what is your conclusion from there. Design specifications. Alright, this picture shows different methods of the design process and how each of them have different subtasks, key subtasks that you need to accomplish at each stage before you move on. Alright, so there will be another time where we will sort of zoom into this in detail, but for this juncture, try to appreciate what you can do, understand what the design process and what the subtasks are, and then from there you can move on. Alright, that concludes the lesson, and I hope you can move on from there. That will equip you with certain basic knowledge, and you can move on with your project. Any other problems, please don't hesitate to consult me, get me online. Thank you so much.